lost, he stood up, put his hands on his hips, and said, "Superman can save you too." It's one of those defining moments for parents. Your objective, Adam, to present a well-organized speech using transitions supported with support material. You achieved your objective. You did a great job. You got us involved. We were listening. We were with you. We were following the flow. You can tell that you were well prepared, that you did your research. You had a lot of statistics, loved your statistics, and you kept us interested. Now, your opening, I would like to start with, is something that you can work on in your next speech. Let's get a statement that really grabs us right away. The quote was fine, was a little long. You might want to shorten it a little bit and put a little bit more emphasis and a little bit more emotion into it instead of just reading it. You made clear statements of your purpose. The purpose was to change our minds that humans are weak. And then you went right into my first point is, very, very good. We were born with qualities of Superman. Now from then, as you flowed through, where I got lost a little bit was clear transitions that, now I'm going to my second point. And I believe that you said there are 3 points. I really only pulled out 2. Now, I'm writing at the same time, so that could have been my fault as well. The second, you're born with the ability to use our gifts. Compared to your first speech, much fewer ahs. Still need to work on that, as most of us in here do. Hand movements were good. As you watch this, you kind of swayed a little bit. But excellent job, enjoyed it, looking forward to your next.
All right. Thank you, Susan. For the benefit of our guest, I failed to mention that the purpose of evaluations is to, or one of the valuable things we get with Toastmasters is that we get an immediate evaluation of how we've done during our presentation. These are not called critiquing, or it's not called critiquing, it's called an evaluation. Our second evaluator is Catherine. Catherine, would you come forward and evaluate, please?
You chose your topic very well for this speech, picking the tale of your summer camp experience. You were able to take us through your time there in a chronological order, which made it very easy for us to follow along where you were going unless you met your objective. The manual talks about ways to develop the opening, and it has some suggestions on how to accomplish that. You chose very well because you asked us to close our eyes, you set the stage, and then you grabbed our attention when you clapped your hands and you made the dramatic announcement to kind of get the kids pumped up and get going. Throughout your speech, you had very good vocal range. A lot of times people will talk in monotone voice, no matter what they're saying. And you were able to use dramatic tones and gestures. Get up, it's breakfast time, which allowed us to really be there, and it kept our attention. Your speech flowed very well and reflected your obvious preparation. I would challenge you to work on your filler word. I don't know how many times you said "ah." I don't think it was very much, but you used the word "so" quite a bit. It's okay to pause, to gather your thoughts and have those moments of silence. And a lot of times that's one of the things that we really struggle with because we don't want silence, but it's really okay. You look very comfortable up here. You didn't seem nervous at all. If you were, you hit it very well. You just seemed natural. You had a logical conclusion. You wrapped it up by bringing in the title of your speech, "Wish Me Luck." So well done, and I think we wish you all good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Our third evaluator is Brad Berger. Brad's going to evaluate Gene Henry. Brad?
So, Gene's speech today, the evaluation part of it. Gene, I thought that you had a great opening. You caught our attention right off the bat. I know one of the objectives was you had mentioned to stay with, around 10 minutes The manual had 10 to 14, and I think you came in at 9:57. It could have been a little bit longer. One of the things that I noticed was the opening was good, but up until about 4 minutes, you kind of talked about the ways not to respond to criticism, and then about the 4-minute mark, it was like, here's what, acknowledge, ask questions, paraphrase, agree, and I thought that was great stuff. I would have liked to seen that developed a little bit more, like to get into that. I thought the role play portion was entertaining. You definitely used the things that you talked about. I would have liked to see it a little bit more developed as far as the role play went. I've been in, I don't know how many of you guys have been in situations like that about being late to work, but very rarely is it as lighthearted as that. I mean, I've had some get kind of fired up. Yes, 8:01 and you're not here. You know what I mean? So I felt like it was entertaining, definitely, but I would have liked to seen that just a little bit more developed. But other than that, I thought it was a good speech.
Three great genial evaluations. If I could have the timers report, please, Teresa, on the evaluators.
On the evaluators, Susan